On tonight's Wales at 6, this rugby club is still counting the cost of a Boxing Day break-in. Tonight, police are questioning 2 people. Plus, the new plan to protect children from getting chickenpox. And find out which beach in Wales has been voted one of the top spots in the UK for a wintry walk. Good evening, I'm Carl Edwards. 2 people are being questioned by police after a break-in at a local rugby club in Powys. Police say a 54-year-old man and 33-year-old woman have been arrested. Ystrad Gunlais RFC lost 2 days of trade after damage to the clubhouse in the early hours of Boxing Day. They've since reopened thanks to the help of club members, but owners say the emotional impact has really taken its toll, as Lewis Rhys-Jones reports.
From the outside, it looked like business as usual, but when club owners at Ystrad Gunlais RFC turned up on Boxing Day morning, they soon discovered something wasn't quite right. Tiles had been disturbed on the roof, they found a hole in the ceiling and money was missing from the till.
We pride ourselves on being able to give free rugby to all our children at the club, and that's one way we fund that, is by what we take in the bar, the profits of the bar, so that all gets put back into the grassroots of the club, and it's absolutely devastating.
Dyfed Powys police say 2 arrests have been made in connection with the incident, a 54-year-old man and a 33-year-old woman, but no charges have been brought and inquiries are ongoing. The club had been due to open on Boxing Day to show the Welsh regional squads in action, but they say the damage caused meant they lost 2 days of trade.
We have bills to pay. We need that revenue and income to keep the roof over our heads and keep the place open. So to have it taken away from us, especially losing the Boxing Day income, was significant.
But locals have rallied around to support their club, and it has now reopened.
We were very lucky that we've got trades people in the club, and the damage was repaired very quickly. We were back open within 48 hours. And we look forward, we don't let this tarnish things, and we move forward. We've got fixtures here this weekend, so life will go on, and we'll continue to be here as we have since 1890 when the club was formed. So we'll keep moving forward.
While the break-in may have caused a lot of upset, the spirit of this community is far from defeated. Lewis Rhys-Jones, ITV News, Ystrad Gunlais.
A fire which broke out on New Year's Eve, leaving 1 person dead, has been ruled as accidental. Firefighters were called to a property in Glenboy near Mountain Ash in the early hours of Wednesday morning. The person has not yet been named, but joint investigations have concluded the fire had not been started deliberately. A chickenpox vaccine to protect young children is being rolled out across Wales from today. For the first time on the NHS, the jab will be offered in a 2-dose programme for babies at 12 and 18 months, and it's hoped it will prevent thousands across the UK going to hospital each year. Well, our reporter Megan Boot joins me now in the studio. Thanks for coming in, Megan, to tell us more about this scheme.
Yeah, so the committee that make recommendations to the NHS for vaccinations has been looking at chickenpox for a number of years. Why now? 2 reasons, really. Firstly, more evidence from other countries that have introduced it, and secondly, more data on how serious chickenpox can be. Now, for the most children, it is very mild, but in some cases, there can be complications that can lead to hospitalisation, and in very rare occurrences, can even be fatal. So this vaccine is aimed at preventing children from becoming seriously ill. This is what Dr. Chris Johnson from Public Health Wales said to us today.
We're absolutely delighted that from today we will be able to offer young children protection against chickenpox. Many parents will be familiar with chickenpox. It's a disease that most children will get before they're about 5 or 6. But what we do know is it's horrible for children. It's really uncomfortable, but also it can lead to some really serious consequences. And, a small number of children are very ill with it. So it is brilliant that we're able to offer it from today.
So, Megan, when can parents expect to start hearing about these vaccines for their little ones?
So it's being introduced as part of those routine childhood immunisations at 12 and 18 months, those 2 doses, with a catch-up programme going throughout the year for later in the year for children up to 6 years old. Tonight, the Health Secretary has urged parents to take up those vaccination offers, saying it's safe and effective and will help to prevent children becoming seriously ill. But if there's any questions, to speak to their GP.
OK, yeah, good advice, Megan. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. OK, next tonight, a project is underway in Cardiff to help young people with their mental well-being in a relaxed and creative setting. The Resonant Voices workshops are a partnership between Afro Wales and Public Health Wales. They promote healing conversations via food, dance and music. Mike Griffiths reports.
Serving and sharing food and starting conversations. This is Resonant Voices, a workshop to help mental well-being.
The main purpose of this event today was just to reconnect everyone, just to remind them that yes, we do care about your mental health and your mental well-being, because we go a lot on our days without actually thinking that, oh, my mental is actually being affected. We go to work, we go to school, we go to church, we go to mosque, we just go about our daily lives. Some people have left home to come back to Wales to make Wales their home. So sometimes we kind of forget the pressure and stress of that, and we just try to just push on and just push and push and push just to make a living here. Today was definitely different. It's not what anybody actually expected, with the dance, the music, the friendship, the circle, the different games and activity we had.
One person does it, everyone does it.
It's an event supported by Public Health Wales to help people talk about issues that matter to them in an informal setting.
We started off with a warm-up session. I showed them my work and how spoken words affect your mental health as well in relation to dance. And when we had the warm-up session, we saw the way the room, the atmosphere changed. That really showed that people really wanted, a lot of things you're carrying as burdens, just release it. Yeah, it was really satisfying. People were really happy. We had people that wanted to even do the dance, and everybody was smiling, and that is the goal. We just want to get you to smile.
Food plays a big part in our mental health every day, because during that period you unwind, you relax, you put together your recipes, and yeah, definitely it really helps me to unwind, so it plays a big part. For me, my segment was more about community and friendship, cooking and friendship, and it's valuing those people in your lives, valuing the relationships in your life, and just be present in people's life, be there for people and enjoy people, be interested in people and get joy from people.
Organisers hope to run more events like this in the coming months, a place to share stories and make new friends with a lasting legacy. Mike Griffiths, ITV News.
Fantastic stuff. Time now for a look at all the sport.
Powering local sport in the community. Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Cymru Wales Sports Report.
So let's recap the football. All our sides were in action on New Year's Day as the busy festive programme continued, of course. In the Championship, Wrexham picked up their 3rd win in a row after beating Blackburn 2-0, while Swansea earned their 4th consecutive home win with a 1-0 victory against West Brom. In League One, leaders Cardiff drew 1-1 at Wickham, while in League Two, Newport lost 2-1 at Bromley. In rugby, Dragons and Ospreys claimed the bragging rights after festive derbies yesterday. The Rodney Parade Club climbed to 10th in the Championship with a comfortable 28-5 win over Scarlets, who remained rooted to the bottom. Meanwhile, Cardiff missed the chance to go top after losing 33-22 at Ospreys, who claimed a bonus point victory. Elsewhere in the rugby world, it's being reported that Aaron Wainwright is the latest high-profile name to leave a Welsh rugby club. The Wales number 8 is rumoured to be leaving Dragons to join Leicester at the end of this season. It comes after Ospreys duo Jack Morgan and Dewi Lake announced they will join Gloucester next season. Well, the Christmas break's either ending or has actually ended for most of us, but according to one survey, you don't need to travel far to find the best spot in Britain to walk off the festivities. According to the experts who've combed through thousands of internet reviews on one major travel website, Barmouth Beach and the harbour around it are the best spots for a wintry walk. So we asked Rob Shelley to choose some sensible shoes and sent him for a lovely stroll.
No matter how expensive your camera, how sophisticated your lens is, no picture you take can actually compare with the reality of standing on the quayside of Barmouth and looking back at the Mothach estuary. What do you see when you come around this corner?
Oh, well, it's mainly the boats, the groins, the buoys, reflections, the dunes. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
And now in this world where we're asked to review just about everything, including those paper clips you bought off the internet just in case, Barmouth Beach and the harbour side surrounding it have been rated, according to analysts scouring TripAdvisor, as the best place to walk off all that festive excess in all of Britain. You've seen what's round the corner, you've seen the great reveal there.
Yes.
How does this compare in terms of scenery and walk?
Very scenic, very scenic.
Marks out of 10?
I'll give it 10 out of 10.
Now, according to the actual figures, Barmouth scored an average of 9.09 out of 10. But maybe people were feeling especially generous because the sun was out.
And just the coastline is absolutely stunning, and the mountains across here, Cadair Idris, is also extremely stunning.
You see, you make a good tour guide.
Yeah.
To be fair, given a spot of winter sunshine, the Mothach estuary does show off a bit. And Chester the Spaniel, who's sadly not in shot because he was sniffing my leg, agrees. It's slightly surreally lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, seascape photography has always been a thing for me, so I get here for sunrise normally.
Thing is, nowadays we seem to live our lives mostly through a mobile phone screen, and this is the absolute opposite of that. Walk into this world and you've walked into an oil painting. You're in something bigger than yourself. Just in case you're wondering, Glastonbury Tour is the second best winter walk in Britain. And anyway, we're a democracy, so not everyone agrees.
Vaguely agree, but Llandudno I prefer.
Yeah, Llandudno's lovely. Right along the prom up Llandudno.
You're not going to be very popular in Barmouth.
No.
200 years on, and it's still pretty much the same romantic landscape that Turner painted. Possibly the best place in Britain to walk off winter. Rob Shelley, ITV News, in Barmouth.
It looks lovely, doesn't it? Well, it's certainly been, as you can see there, a wintry start to 2026, with ice particularly affecting parts of North Wales tonight. The A4086, which takes you through the heart of Eryri National Park, was closed due to icy conditions. Meanwhile, there was a dusting of snow too for some in Coedpoeth near Wrexham, where there was just enough to dust off those sledges. We now can find out, though, what the next few days will bring in terms of the wintry stuff. Here's Ruth with your forecast.
Today's forecast: blue skies, followed by a spread of hot and cold plates. TUI sponsors ITV Cymru Wales weather.
Hello there, very good evening to you. You're probably aware that it feels like winter out there at the moment, doesn't it? It's been a bitterly cold start to January, with much of Wales for the next few days covered by further yellow weather warnings to be aware of snow and ice. Now, the snow possible almost anywhere, but most likely over the hills and mountains, settling several centimetres worth here. But at lower levels, we could see some flurries settling just 1 or 2 centimetres. But generally speaking, it's not likely to be disruptive, but it's likely to be, well, as I said, wintry and bitterly cold throughout. So those warnings run until Monday, and you can see why as we head through this evening and overnight tonight. Further rain falling as sleet and snow again over Eryri, down across the Cambrians too. The further inland you go, this is where we'll see the drier conditions and under lengthy clear skies. Temperatures dropping to -5, -6. So frosty conditions quite widespread as we wait to the start of the weekend. And again, we could see some icy stretches where we've had showers out there today. So just be careful. Allow some extra time tomorrow morning. It could be a slow, frosty, icy and snowy start to your weekend. Further snow falling again over the hills and mountains. But at lower levels, frosty, icy stretches are likely to be the main feature. The winds remaining brisk throughout, not as strong as they have been today, but enough to knock several degrees off these temperatures, 4 or 5 at best, but probably feeling more like freezing. If you're making plans to head out and about through Saturday evening, Saturday night, again, not surprisingly, lots of layers would probably be the best advice. Widespread frost, ice, and again, further snow flurries starting to push into western areas. So it's going to be another bitterly cold day. Snowy conditions, frosty conditions, blustery showers, but lots of blue sky and sunshine thrown in for good measure, but not surprisingly feeling cold throughout.
TUI sponsors ITV Cymru Wales weather.
And that's all we've got time for this evening. Thanks so much for watching. Mike Griffiths will have your late headlines after the news at 10. Bye-bye for now.